Hello. I am an artificial intelligence language model designed to assist and engage in natural language conversations. My purpose is to understand and generate human-like products based on the input I receive. AI, or artificial intelligence, refers to the development of computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as learning, reasoning, problem-solving, and language understanding. While I lack personal experiences or consciousness, my capabilities extend to assisting with writing, answering queries, and creating content. So, how can I help you today?
I'm Stacy Short. I am an English teacher and I also teach audiovisual productions and live stream for Argyle High School. I've been here for 31 years teaching, so been here a while. I feel like I've been dealing with AI for years. Like there's lots of things that are AI that we don't really associate with AI. But more specifically, the last year has brought some challenges with AI that we are dealing with in the English department, and some good things and some bad things, but just things that I think we're going to have to problem solve and work together to make a better thing for students.
I'm Alexis Kaftajian, and I work as a dual credit English teacher and AP English teacher here at Argyle High School. My first reaction when I found my first AI submitted paper was frustration and confusion, because I had been hearing about this ChatGPT thing, and I had been, reading articles about how AI is taking over and changing the way we teach and changing the way we write and all of these things. And so I really felt like it was a issue that was in the future. Like it wasn't right at my doorstep, so I wasn't prepared. And so when I was confronted with this AI paper, I was shocked and upset because it's academic dishonesty and I expect more from my students. It was a couple students at this time and I had mixed responses. Some, oh yeah, I used AI. They were very upfront about it. And then I also had students that lied and said, oh, I totally wrote this by myself. But I knew it wasn't their writing. It was in the spring when this happened, so I had been teaching them for 4 or 5 months prior. I knew what their writing sounded like. Just like authors have a special voice, students have a voice as well. And this wasn't their voice. It was robotic. It was professional and very clean. It didn't have their tone or their humor that I usually find in their writing. And so, I knew it wasn't them. Asked again, had to get principals involved. So students were getting sent down to the assistant principal's office and we tried to figure it out that way. Eventually they did own up to it. Once we were able to show them, hey, this is the Google Doc edit history. And you just had no paper at 11:01, but by 11:02 you had a full paper pasted in, which they never think that we look there, but we do.
I also have used AI just to see if it could write a story in the same manner that I could. So whenever my students are writing, we have this project that we do called The Human Story, and they're supposed to write stories about their own life. So I prompted it to write a story about my life, my personal life, based on one that I had already written. And the one I had already written was 4 or 5 pages long. It was very detailed and rich in adjectives and good verbs and things like that. And so the one that AI came up with based on the same prompt was very generic, cliche. It was horrible. I would never read it out loud to anybody.
Hi, my name is Austin Ince. I'm the technology coordinator for Argyle ISD. My opinion on AI in schools, I probably differ from a lot of people in technology. Eventually it's going to be incorporated with everything that we do and probably most products online. So I think rather than blocking it and prohibiting kids from using it, I think we should just embrace it and teach our kids different ways to incorporate it into their workflow, in the appropriate way. I think AI is great for if you're looking for just inspiration. For sure, it can give you a starting point if you're having a hard time with inspiration. I remember in school, a lot of times I would be given a prompt that I might not be passionate about, and it was kind of hard to write about. So getting some inspiration from AI, whether it's ChatGPT, Bard, anything other AI product like that, it's a good starting point. I think it's important that we not use AI as a substitute to your own knowledge. It's a great supplemental tool that you can use, but you definitely don't want to take everything that AI creates as your own work. You want to give your own spin on it.
I've used AI for many things. I actually helped it ask to write some lesson plans for me last spring just to see what would come up with. And I looked at them, they were pretty good, and I added a few things, tweaked it, and I used it for that. For something pretty generic to get started, it's a great tool, and yes, I have used it that way.
I don't want to be the type of teacher or person who is scared of progress, or who fears progress, or who resists progress. And I do think in some aspects, AI is the future. AI is going to be more prevalent. However, we still need to understand the basics of writing. We need to be able to write Christmas cards or, work emails.
I wholeheartedly support AI. I think that's the future. It's where we need to be working towards. I think for our students, it's important for them to learn the proper use of it in the classroom and in the workplace. It's something that they're going to use from this point forward, and it's just something that they can use in their everyday lives. I use it pretty often. ChatGPT is common one that most people are talking about these days. So just embracing AI and trying to find a way to incorporate it into your school life, your work life in an appropriate way.